Nobody asks for pain, yet pain and suffering is a part of being human. We all experience all kinds of emotional pain throughout our lives. And when the waves of pain come crashing down, when we are swept away by those difficult thoughts and feelings, anger, sadness, fear, guilt, shame, we find ourselves in an emotional storm. Overwhelmed, sometimes paralyzed, we can feel like we're drowning, unable to breathe. And we can't always escape this emotional storm, but what we can do is drop an anchor. And in the same way that dropping an anchor can hold the ship steady until the storm passes, the anchor of the Gurmantar, the Shabad, can hold the mind steady in the midst of an emotional storm. Now I'm going to take you through a step-by-step tutorial as to how to drop an anchor. Step 1. Sit up straight and press your feet firmly into the floor, becoming aware of the ground beneath you. Can you feel the contact between your body and the surface you're sitting on? Step 2. Acknowledge to yourself that you are in pain, that you are hurting, that the suffering is great, that you are struggling, and at the same time, notice your whole body. Notice how your feet feel pressed into the floor. Notice the contact between your back and the back of the chair, or your lower body on the surface that you're sitting on. Step 3. Close your eyes and allow your attention to come to the breath. The breath flowing in and out without trying to change it. At this point, you might wish to bring in the Gurmantar. You might wish to say Vahe on the in-breath and Guru on the out-breath. You could recite internally or out loud, whatever you feel most comfortable with. And you can do this exercise for just a few seconds, up to as many minutes as you want. And the aim of the exercise isn't to get rid of the emotional storm or to make it go by any faster. The emotional storm is going to pass in its own way, in its own time. But this exercise allows you to be fully in touch with the emotions that you're dealing with, but at the same time not be swept away by them. Now, dropping an anchor doesn't mean that the emotional storm doesn't have to be endured, or the difficult thoughts and feelings kind of magically disappear. But it means that the mind is more able to bear that emotional storm until it passes, as it inevitably does.